Hello Darklings, my name is Sanniz, I'm a Swedish Eldergoth, and yes, we're gonna do another look today. And we're gonna do a little more in spiritual, not wrong.
Sanniz, a Swedish Eldergoth, not just a one box.
Hello Darklings, my name is Sanniz, I'm a Swedish Eldergoth, and today we're gonna do a new look. So we're gonna start with the face, and I'm gonna put on an outfit in the end. And I think I'm gonna talk this time, so you're not gonna have to hear or maybe listen too much music in the background if I don't add it after. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna try to talk with you this time, so it's not gonna be too boring to just watch some different type of makeup videos. And because the weather sucks and these are the circumstances that make me, I don't want to spend too much money now. And I'm gonna get through that maybe in a live or something so people understand if you haven't read my community tab before some weeks ago. But let's forget that for a while and let's do this look. So what I'm going for, just think Siouxsie and that type of style when it comes to Postpunk and even Deathrockers and that type of thing. I might change to a wig so it looks a little more fancier because I'm not so happy how my hair looks for the moment. It's very dull and it haven't directly grown out that much after my surgery either. It's better than it was after the versus hair loss, but there's still lots that is not good. So I don't like how it looks like. And yeah, but yeah, I thought we should do something different. I want to show that you don't have to buy everything from Gothic brands because I have some do-it-yourself parts in it too. Not do-it-yourself. Of course, it can be do-it-yourself parts if I add my jewelry or something. But I meant thrift shops find that I want to add in it too. But of course, I'm gonna use other things I bought too that have, and you might have something similar or whatever you can use. And I also want you to dare add other colors or patterns or something. So it's not just like I am right now, just plain black. But why are we just standing here and talking, not doing it from? So why are we just standing here and just doing nothing? Let's start with the face. So we start with the foundation I got from Temu actually, and as you see, I have already put on my eyebrows, so I might have to be a little careful. Let's see if I can make it. I don't usually use this type of sponge with what, but you see that it's not directly go white on me because it goes very fast into my skin and melt into it. But you don't have to be completely white all the time either, so you can go for something between your natural skin type and lighter. That's what I usually said. Because many times that looks better. The real white that you see on some of the Eldergoth style is not often working if you're doing other stuff than if going to just a club. Or you have to go to school or work or whatever, so you maybe have to tone down a little bit. So if you have a light type of things that mix a little better with your own skin tone, you see I still get it very white, but I'm not ready yet. You're gonna melt in much more in my skin before, but I'm not used to use this top. I have another one, but I didn't want to take the one I usually have for a little more natural foundation, if I say so. But I'm gonna use this one for this one, and I'll try to not swipe out my eyebrows because I thought I should probably keep them as they are, so I don't have to struggle with that. Because some days I don't have that very good hand days. We can still work around my shape to put it together with a look. So I hope, and like I said, I'm probably not gonna speed up anything, so it can be a long video. So I should say to people that are watching right now, go and grab something and yeah, take something to drink. I had drink with me, so and don't forget to take it down on your neck too. I usually don't go all the way down anyway because most of the time people don't do it all the way down. I know some people are very much going all the way down, and even when I have clothes that to show that is don't. You can even add some on the ears. And now I have a headphone in there, of course, but I'm just gonna put, because if I have a wig, you're not gonna see much anyway. And now just try in to see that everything is well mixed, so I don't have any patchy parts of it. But I think it looks very well. You still, in this light, I still look very pale, but when I look in the mirror, I don't look as pale as I do actually in the camera for the moment. So it's a little strange to watch that direction and look into the mirror. And I'm gonna use this from Barry M, my eye primer, and I must say, really, that's the best eye primer I have tried ever. And I have tried a lot. Some haven't. This one starts to probably go to the end, so it's a little hard because I have finger handicap, so it can be a little hard sometimes to push it out. And usually this part of the eye usually go very well on. I don't have to do much. The only thing I have noticed that if it comes together with a foundation or something, so you can get some things going on here, but you just have to go over it a little. But wait a little, see how it reacts, and if you see something, just go over it again. So then everything is okay. But when it comes to put on eyeshadow and that type, it's actually the best one so far I have tried. It works very fine, at least on my eyes. It can on my skin, of course, but it can be different depending on who you are, so it's not the same for everyone. But I usually have to check in those areas how it looks like after a while, because it can be a little like this small little upsticking bumps from the foundation when it's wrecked together with the foundation, because often it's not always I take foundation all the time over. So when it comes to this area when it can be like a mix between the primer and the foundation, so then it can be a little bit like that, but it's not worse than you just take your finger and go over it again, and then it's look great. I'm gonna wash my hands first before we continue. When it's that done, I'm gonna do some contouring, and today I was thinking maybe I should be a little more obvious with my contouring so it's more visible in another type of way. So I'm probably gonna go with a darker. Often I use some of the lighter browns, but I go with the darkest in this one. And this is nothing special. You can use black eyeshadow or something too if you want to do it more extreme. But now I thought I should go a little harsher in it, so it's more unnatural type of thing, if you know what I mean. So this bit maybe is not that suitable for school or that, depending on where you live or going to work with, because the world is so different. So the things that can work in one country or in one working place might not work where you are. I need to do this a little darker because for some reason this side is always dark and when I do a contour, so I don't know why both sides are different in that type of thing. I still try to blend it out a little because I don't want to have too sharp. I'm not that I need to have it sharp. It can still be very visible in this type of way, but still a little more going in. And you can try to take it up even a little higher. I'm not sure how much gonna be visible because if I use a wig I haven't directly decided which one I'm gonna use, but I can help my face to get a certain shape, hopefully. I don't have that best face when it comes to do Eldergoth because I always look a bit too nice, like I usually said. I look too nice. And because we're gonna do Eldergoth, I want to contour my nose, but first we're gonna do the neck, of course, because that I usually do. So you're gonna see how much I want to add, but you can go hard on it in that type of way. If you feel for blacken your complete neck, that's fully fine too. Myself usually don't do that, so, and I think I should look very strange if I try to. So yeah, I guess it's different from person to person what you're used to also, but I'm gonna try to get in where I usually have mine. So, and then blend it down a bit too. And because I start getting older, so I have those hamster cheeks or whatever you call them, when the skin is not as tight as it would, and my weight loss have probably not directly helped me in that way either. But at least I'm old too, so I can try to blame on that part too. So then we're gonna try to do the nose. You can use a much smaller, but I usually put together that thing and then you control. My nose is a little hard to do because I have, it's like I have some type of strange bump here in the middle. But when you look at the nose just as it is, I don't see directly any bump, but when I put on makeup, the makeup reacts in a certain way, so it looks like I have some type of bump, and then it's hard to get like a straight line as I want to have, so it's almost like it goes apart here, and it's not maybe 100% what it was. And now we're gonna get it as much as high up to my eyebrows too, and take it down. You can take it very low down. You see I've lined it a bit, and then you can of course try to put something on the tip of your nose too, so it's not gonna be that visible in that direction. You can think it looks very visible in that, but you need to hide your nose after. But that is just to create a shape of your nose that is a little more maybe visible than usual. You might add a little more, because today it doesn't matter if it goes a little darker because it's meant to. And like you see, it's like I have some type of bump, but now we have contoured. So now I think we're gonna start with the fun. We're gonna add some eyeshadows. And of course I'm gonna drink, and today I drink this thing. I don't know if you have Celsius. This is dragon fruit. Oops, I got a hiccup. Sorry for the strange note. So I'm gonna use this palette from Julie Beauty. I love this one. It's a grey shades only, but grey shades are perfect when it comes to goth makeup too. Especially if you want to have something that fits with everything. And many times I start with white and I add it on the top under my eyebrow. It might be that we have to go and fill in the area for my eyebrow after, because it's not that easy when you already draw, and usually you can draw put them on after you've finished with your eye makeup. But because I have been out already today, so I needed to put something on. Okay, I could have gone out without anything, but I didn't plan to do a video today either. But because it's snowing, so at least when I'm doing this video, it's 24th of January when I do this. So I thought, okay, we do something. And then I want to put in something darker. So I'm actually gonna use my favorite brush that I got from Gothic Beauty magazine box. And this one I love. I wish they had even a smaller one, and not sure wish, but I'm gonna go in with a darker one. And don't forget to tap. And I'm gonna start in the edge here and build it up that way. And because I have eyes that swallow very often, so I have very loose skin, I can have a little drop. I have already hooded eyes, so that don't make it better. But we're gonna go in and try to get it. And you don't really have to have it dark yet. You can just make this shape first. And I'm gonna continue on that eye and go towards this end. And if you want, you can also do like a help line under, you know. So you just a little bit under your eye to know how much. And because I have this droppy eye, whatever, on those creases, because of my heritage too, so I have to drag it out a little so I fill it in, else it's gonna look stupid after. If I have a darker area, and suddenly you can see some light skin. But I think this is the thing, and you're thinking, oh, but you usually do this type of stuff. Yeah, that because I think this style suits me, but now we're gonna do a little more with it. We're gonna get some inspiration. And like I said, this time I started another way. I started with putting it under and I drag it out, so I got that crease that I usually have to get it just to have black. Not black, but this dark color from that palette. And then I can try to meet up and do something similar. My eyes is not looking exactly the same. They are different. That eye is worse on some bits and this eye is better on other aspects. It's often easier to blend this eye and get it as I want. Whilst it's easy to put on an eyeliner on that eye. So it's stupid sometimes when you try to do something and try to make it look the same. But at the same time I have some areas on my eyes that are a little harder to get similar to or get the same darkness because the eyes is not looking the same. So now I'm trying to get them to be similar so we can continue. I don't want to put in too much into it yet, more than this, because we want to play around a little more, because that's why I say we take inspiration. We take inspiration from Siouxsie and punk artists like Nina Hagen or whatever, because they had that type of style. And of course we have other type of people that I just now don't remember the names on. So, but we want to have this little more playful type of thing and have a playful outfit hopefully in the end too. They're gonna match up what we're gonna do. And that's why I took another palette out that is from Morphe that I actually bought in UK, and as you can see there's much more colors in this one. So now I'm thinking, what are we gonna do with colors? But I'm not always liking every type of color, like very pinkish or greenish and that. And you see it's many neutrals here. They have some cool purples, they have some cool bluish tone. Of course they have greens that are not that comfy, and yellow and that. I know Siouxsie have in Spellbound like this type of yellow, but I'm not that keen in that type of thing. I'm gonna just see so I don't put the same brush, so I know which brush I have used what for. So I take another brush, and now we're gonna figure out what do we want to do here. And I need to check the clock there. Yeah, 5:23. What should we go for this time? That is not obviously what I use. I usually do ordinary blues and purples, so that is a little too easy. I'm not a keen in orange and yellow, so, and I don't think they fit me that well. But we can play around with this bluish that is a little more turquoise, so we have a little more color in it too. And that one I want to have more here in this part, so I have to put away the other palette so I don't drop it somewhere that I don't want to have it. And not all palettes react exactly the same, so you need to have that in calculation too. So don't be afraid if you don't act the same. Just play around with it. So I'm gonna see exactly what I want to do. I try to fill in the whole eye with that color, and then we can work from there. It's a nice color that way. It's very a little more summer-like maybe. Maybe that can cheer us up in this type of weather. And I need to be cheered up for a moment too, I feel like, because it's been a terrible weekend when I record this. But I'm not gonna go into that now. We try to put that behind us for the moment. It's gonna be days anyways that are gonna remind me. So, and what I'm gonna do now is play it up to the eyebrow. Can you see? Gonna make it stronger so you can't miss it. And this is where the playful part goes in, if you know Siouxsie. Then you can also take it down a little more and do the same on the other side, of course. And you don't have to be a makeup artist, you just have to enjoy to play around. If people don't like what they see, so they don't have to watch really, do they? It's their problem, it's not yours. And it's fun. It's fun. I'm gonna add a little more because I can go back so it goes into that one a little better. But it's just that thing there, play around. And if you want, you can go even lower. You don't have to stop there. See? And then you can fill it up almost like a triangle up here. But you don't have to fill all the way up with that color if you don't want to. And of course I want to do a little sharp, so it looks more pigmented. So we have something like this. So what are we gonna do more? I don't know. This is just for fun. Maybe we could have something more. Just to play around with them. I'm gonna blow. Because this one can be a lot of fallout. I haven't checked that much, but I have a little fallout, so I might have to fix my foundation a little better. Or what should we do to make it a little more fun? Maybe we should add some green on it, just to get outside. Why don't go for this very green? Definitely not me. But I thought we should have it up here instead. We take a little more. Don't have to be green, but we take it on the other top because we're gonna, and you can add it even more down, so it blends out in the other thing. So now we're just playing around, we're having fun. And don't worry if it gets too much on the dark, because you can darken up that bit later. This is because we want to play around a little. Maybe you can drag out the green little this way too, to make it more alive. Could be a little interesting. What do you think? It's very full out, this small thing, even if you have blown and that, so I can see particles go in the air when I try that. Of course it can be different brushes too. This one is maybe not the best brush that type of way, but I think it's interesting anyway. And I have kept the brushes that normally works best for me. I have done the quarter when it comes to brushes too, because I had so many that didn't work for my eyes. Either they were too hard or something, or they didn't work out. I should need a little smaller because of my hooded eyes, because the bigger one tends to be too big and make makeup harder. So we're gonna try to do something up here too. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do too much eyeliner. We have to see. Or if I'm gonna maybe use stickers this time to play around with. Because I have some great stickers too from my friend Goth that gave me. So maybe I should play around with them in this style too. Because that could probably fit a lot too. But I think it's, like you see, I blended it in. Don't be worried if you drop too much on the darker thing, because you can darken up a bit. It's just that you still need to blend out some bits, and you can take it up to the eyebrow head too, so you got like a natural connection. And we can play around maybe with the eyebrows later, depending on how I feel for it. But I think this is fun. And of course, like I said, we can go back with the darker color to darken it up again. And then you don't have to do too much, just dot with the darker. And especially Julie Beauty is very pigmented too. So the thing that you just want to, so you don't really have to drag, you just have to dot carefully where you want to have the darker bits. And if you think it's not enough, you can dab it into the palette again and do just this bit to darken up the areas you want to keep dark then. But still keep the blended areas a little blended. I'm gonna use a smaller brush soon. But this is how it looks so far. You see lots of color this time. So you don't have to be. I'm gonna take another brush. I usually use this tab if I want to get rid of some of the thing. It's always good to have this type of brushes too for that type of things. yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna pause and take the brush I need for next step. Back, and I took a small one. Let's see, I almost put my fingers in the palette. Going back to the dark, because now we're going on the underside of the eye, and I think it's easier with a small one. And just go under. I'm not gonna go maybe full way, but I go. And you can use this, if you put eyeliner under, you can also do this technique when you're smoothing up an ordinary eyeliner. But you see, I didn't go all the way this time, it's just to make this first. And don't worry if the area go with and look a little messy, because it's not supposed to be perfect all the time. Goth makeup in the 80s was not about being perfect, it was actually to create a style that stick out, and it was not always perfect, if you know what I mean. And if there's something is a little too much, just take a Q-tips and just reshape a little of the edge. But you don't have to take away everything, you can just make it so it looks a little more like it was meant that way too. But you see, you don't have to do that much. So what's the next step? Because now we had gone far. I still think we should add some eyeliner before we go a bit further. So I need to put that in order to. So be back soon. My favorite is this one from Isadora. It's waterproof, so it's a little hard to take away. But this is the one I like best, that works best for my eyes most of the time. So I'm gonna see if I can do it, or if I have to go. It depends on my eyes. So I'm gonna follow a line here. I'm sorry if I don't talk too much now, because it's hard for me with my hands. So just do close to your eyes. I usually have to drag because I have the creases to help it to go on proper. But at least I done on the upper top. I'm not sure I can do this type of wings when you're looking, because I felt that I don't get support enough here. And that means that they're gonna look like a disaster and I need to see more. But I will be back when I do some wings, and I'm coming back maybe and I can do some of the other small bits instead. But I'm gonna add some wings, so be back soon. So I add some wings, and the very chunky ones, but we're gonna use another palette from Loveless Cosmetics that is very old, but don't do like me and use old ones, but I need some black, real black, because, and I'm gonna add it on top on the eyeliner I have to matte it down, and it also makes it stay better on, at least on me. And you can play around with a little tool, soften up some bits if they're not blended enough. If you need to do some blending with the other color after, so it's completely easy to do that. But like as you see, some bits of the wings gone out, and my hands was not 100% okay, and today it didn't want to cooperate as much, so that's why I got even more chunkier than normal. But maybe it's not that bad, because we wanted to do something special today. And then you can blend it into with the dark, do the carefully. You can go and blend in with a green or something on top after. But to make it less obviously that we have stopped taking eyeliner to a certain area, so blend it in with the black. So it's a little more smooth in that type of way. And now we're up in 3 different eye palettes already. And I'm gonna see if I need to take the brush. I think it's going very well in that part away. So what do we want to do under the eye? Because I did pick up. And because we have some colors here, I think I'm gonna add that blue a little more under and meet up with the black. Like this. And this brush is not as good, but it's a little more pointy. So now you can see how I did this bit. So what are we gonna do more? We look if we have one in full out. Of course, we're gonna continue with eyeliner because we want to do a little more extremer today. We want to play. And of course we want to have this little edge. And because my nose and how my things is, I usually drag my nose a bit out. And do it like this. And then we'll go and meet up the things we already have. And this time I'm not sure I'm gonna fill in. Usually I do this thing. It depends on how this side works for me. And don't worry if that goes not good enough with eyeliner, because that's what I said, you can go in with the other things. And they don't look the same. So I need to fill in more. I need to take that one down, and that's how I can tell that I have a certain crease on my nose. So I'm probably gonna fill in this to get it easier to match. And do this a little more this way. I might have to change the size compared with what I was thinking from start. And here I have this big thing too that people don't see when I do my makeup, but I see it when I'm gonna do straight lines. So I need to play around and try to make it look like I had done a straight line. So now I have a very visible that. We're gonna do something a little more on the other side to make it a little match. But my eyes is not shaped exactly the same in those creases on both sides, so it's a little hard to get it to look exactly the same. So I'm very jealous of some people that have the perfect eyes for this type of makeup. I'm sorry if I don't talk again because it's a little concentrated. But I think I feel it's not perfect, but it don't have to be perfect. So this is Siouxsie, and now we're coming into that moment I was talking about using the dark. We can go back to the Julie Beauty. You don't have to use black in that, and take the darker shade in that. Then you just go over in the edges. You can put it inside this one too, to like make it there, and just dip it all over the line, so you soften up the black till you meet the other part. You know what I mean. Do the same on the other one. And you're also happy to stay in place. And if you haven't done 100% straight lines, so they're gonna also hide that fact that it's not perfect. So that's why it's there. Play around with your eyeliner. It don't have to be perfect. Don't watch on all the influencers, especially young one. They have young skin and everything is, you know, Eldergoth. If you're around, start getting between 40, 50 and older, like me, soon 58 this year. So we don't have the same skin, at least not if I age natural without all type of surgery and Botox or whatever some people use. And I don't want to use that because I want to be myself. Let's see. It looks okay-ish that way. And I think I want to go in a little with the green again. To just put it more obviously on some parts. Sharpen it up, if you know what I mean. Because now we don't do a makeup that is not supposed to not be visible. We want it to show up. And like I said, you can meet up with the eyebrow too. And then continue this way. And you can also smoothen up a bit. With your eyeliner wing. And go this way. Then comes the question if I should do something more with my eyebrows, or do we think, I think they look a bit pale still. And I normally use this eyebrow. I'll see if I hold it right way. And see if you can see the text. And it's from the pen. I don't know if you have that brand, but for me it works. They have it. Oops. Need to see what that's from, because we don't want this to dry out. So I'm gonna just do some type of fill in and try to, I'm not gonna go out all the way out, but I'm gonna be a little more going into closer to my nose this time than I did before. And it doesn't matter if you do some boo, because now we can do them a little bit chunkier too. And what I was thinking of, that if you do that chunky, we can also do like a line that way. And then try to drag them. So the first beginning is more like a triangle. And I know that probably some people gonna say don't do this with your eyebrows, blah blah blah. But it's not their eyebrows, is it? And this time it's meant to look in a certain way too. It's not meant to look like normal eyebrows anyway. And like I said, if you paint a little outside or something, don't worry, you can use a Q-tip still. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little straighter here. I need to take help with holding my nose. And as I'm older, it's bleeding on some bits, but I need to pause to see where I put the part of it. Don't lick on it, I do it. But this is the way you can, if you want to just take away the worst of it, then you can go in with a foundation or something. But if you just try a little careful on the bits you don't want to have, so it's actually, and I need to reshape this side a little better, because I got like a big bump there. I might have to go in and touch up with the foundation a little bit. I want to calm that down a little. But I also have a crease in my in my forehead that is destroying a bit. So I'm gonna try to see if I can just do a little thing here. I'm not gonna try to get them exactly the same, because I can't get them the same, because I have different with my face, but I think they start to look great in that type of way. We're gonna add a little more mascara. For the moment I use this one from Barry M. I don't like the wand that much, but I start to get used to it. I don't like this type, but I have started to get used. And the best thing with this one, when it takes up, it actually, first reason why I like it is because it actually stays on even if I spray my eyes, because I need to spray or drop my eyes because of my eye condition. So I just took one because I have already taken layers on before, but that is just to make it pop a little more with my natural before I add some false eyelashes, because with this type of makeup we need false eyelashes. But I was thinking, should we do something fun instead of the ordinary rouge or something? Should we do something that people don't expect? And I'm fun. Should we play around with that turquoise thing for a change? Because that's what I do when I don't have a matching blusher. So what? Why not? We can add that. So when I do eyes makeup, I use that type of technique too, or other type of thing. You don't have to put on strong. Just add so it goes too much what you're going. This time it's not meant to look natural. We're playing around. Think punk, think deathrock, think post-punk. They don't follow the rules. And we're not following the rules either now. And some makeup artists probably gonna scream, you're doing that way, but since when did Goths care how you're gonna do it proper, as long as the result goes in a certain direction. And like I said, I have usually this problem to get them even on both sides, because for some reason my shin bones don't react the same, not even the skin itself reacts exactly the same from side to side. So I think I have a very two halves that is directly not, they are almost like siblings than twins, opposite twins, obviously, mirrored twins. I think this was a cool effect. I really want to drink. And before we play around with eyelashes and add some lipstick in, so I'm gonna have to take away some of my eyeshadows so I can continue, because I don't have room here on the table else. Be back soon. Of course we can use this type of things to do inside the eye a little better. This one is a bit waterproof, but I want to make it a little more darker in this bit. And like some more professional people said also, if you're not too sensitive about your eyes, you can do it on the upper edge too. But I don't want to do it now because I already put on that. You should probably done it way before, but I don't want to do it because I have sensitive eyes. So if I'm gonna drag it, that to just get it under on this bit to make the makeup a little more professional. But if you want to do that a little more professional, so could be a tip, put it on this bit too, so it pops even more. But we jump that step and we're gonna prep this thing, and of course I forgot to take the glue. And later I haven't used that type of perfect glue either. I just go for something cheap that is from Technic. It works very fine most of the time for me nowadays. And I thought we go with this type of cat lashes. Not 100% sure which company I bought them from, if that was Shein, probably Shein, because I usually buy the most of them here. They can be a bit long, but we're gonna try to make it on. So we put on some glue because it needs to stay and wait for a little while before you add it on. You're gonna do the best to get it on. You don't have to have that much, just enough to make it sit. And it's better to be a little more on the edges too, because it's usually those part that lifts. It's never almost the other bits that gonna actually not work for you. But if you think I add more and more glue, it's just because this little thing is not that hard to get glue out, so I just want to have enough, so I know that I have enough on the place. Sometimes I drag it that way to actually get off some of the glue that is on the other part of the stick, because it's not the brush, it's just this type of plastic stick. And then I put it away and just put it in a way so you know without thinking which is left and which is right. Oops. I'm gonna turn it. It's the other way around I should do it. Just realized. Duh. You can do this little horseshoe shape too already, but you can do it more, depending on your eyes too. But those are little flimsy, those eyelashes, but this is the right one. I usually start with the left one, so I don't even understand why I took the right one first. And those are very stuck in that because I haven't, these are brand new. I haven't used those eyelashes that are taking out now, but it's not the first I use for that. Normally I shorten them a little bit because I don't have the biggest eyes, but I thought we give it a go. And this look is not meant to stay too long anyway, because I'm not going anywhere. So if I decide to jump in my PJ early later today, even if it's a Saturday when I do this, so then I don't have to care that much how we're gonna be. I can change it later. It's one thing if I notice that they're too big for my glasses or something, then it's very hard. I have some favorites that I love to use. I had to order more. That is more like half lashes. Because I don't have that big eyes in that type of way, even if some people think I have big eyes, but that is because of my eye makeup. It's not because I really have big eyes that type of way. But you can do them a little bit bend, so you have a little more this horseshoe shape or whatever you should call them. They don't have to be that extreme, but it's easier to put them in place after. And now I have to see that I don't have glue on my fingers, and that I don't have glue in the wrong parts. And then, what are we gonna play? I don't think I need that one anymore, because I usually stick with my fingers, and I need to drink more. Are you excited to think what I'm gonna use? For clothes? For the look? Ta-da! I haven't decided 100% either. But I'm gonna use thrift shopper things, at least 2 items. Then I'm gonna look in my wardrobe with something more and add things to it, so make it even more. But it's with patterns. This might not be that colorful like my eye makeup, but it's gonna be with patterns. And I got those from Gothy in a Gothmas gift from her. So I'm thinking maybe I should use something like this. Should we use maybe the ink in the forehead? And those is from Magic Markings, and you can find them. And you can see if I can show it for you. See if I remember to put it down. So we can put an ink in the forehead. That's how that you put an ink in the forehead. It's like someone is shooting me with a gun or something. And see if I can get it out. It was a very long plastic thing compared with the rest of the parcel. So it's a little hard to get it out. Especially with my fingers. I have finger handicap, like I said. And there it is. Okay, we'll rip it. I can't do it. It's still in protection anyway, so I don't think it's gonna be something like that. It's still a bit hard like this, so rip it. And because I'm not, maybe I should use my, no, I think I can take it off anyway. See if that sticks here. Usually those things are loose. And I have it on my nails already, so if you think my nails look scrubby, so sorry. I'll lift it up so I can get one. You should be clean if you're gonna use them often, but if you reuse them and take care of it, then it's gonna last for a while, and you can use eyelash glue or something else that similar that works for skin. But now we're gonna put it here. Try to center it. Oops. On the nose between those things, and then it's hopefully gonna be something like that. Wasn't that cool? Yeah, I do like that. Thank you. Thank you, Audi. And because we play around with that, there was something you could put this card in, so this should stick in a certain way. Oh, there it was. It was an edge there. So now I know that it's not that easy to get them out from the plastic thing, so we can just rip it. And the best thing is to have clean skin under, but when you put on the markers, it's hard to not having foundation and that in place. So, but maybe we could play around a little with those bat stickers too. We don't have to use that many, but there are different sizes, and like you said, they are reusable. And I'm gonna need to see if I can lift it so I know which one I'm gonna use. They really don't want to get out from here. But they are glued in the top, so you can't rip it out. So I'm gonna decide which one I'm gonna use. And I think I go for this shape. That is here. And we can put it here. Cool. Then I need to find something similar, of course. To see exactly so I got the same chunkiness. Oops. It was easy to get off the wrong one. I think that one is kind of similar. So I'm gonna do something on this side too. And I think I still want to add some more. I'm not 100% sure what. And they have some really tiny ones too. So I can see if I can get one of the tiny ones off. Oops, I almost got off the big one. I try to not... Here is a really tiny one. And I'm thinking maybe I could put it... Oopsie daisy. Something here. And then I want to have something closer to ink maybe too. Maybe not too chunky either. Only thing is when they go this type of way, so I can take that one. And see how we're gonna place it together with the ink. Put it there. And do something similar on the other side. And find someone that goes in a similar type of style. I haven't thought if they had turned the other way around. Maybe they have. Never thought about that. And like I said, you don't have to do it perfect. So there we got some more bats. Should we play around? Maybe have add some bats from this side too? I think so. Why not? Now we're gonna see if we have something that looks similar. But they really didn't go in different direction. They actually go in the same direction. So it's not like that. So it's hard to get something that looks symmetric. So don't go for a symmetric look with those. That's what I was telling. And we can put some in the middle here. And then we find something similar on the other side. In the same type of chunkiness or whatever you call it. So it's not too much different. And try to get it at least in the same area. And they're really sticking to the skin. This was fun. So now we tried those on too. And like I said, they are reusable, so don't throw them away if you don't have to. Shall we see if the glue is done? You see when it starts to get it transparent, then it's now that it starts to be. And you can do this little movement again. And Star Raven, Gothic's Eternity, Learn Me this trick. To actually put them on with the fingers. I tried different methods, but actually this method works best for me too, so. And those are not that giant either. They are actually very fine for being eyelashes that type of way. So I think it suits with my eyes too, and hopefully they can still be used glasses when I add them on. And like you see, it didn't take that long to get them on. Just press them really carefully. Lay them on top of your eyelashes and just press it. See, done. Perfect. But I do have some of those, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna use any of those. Even if it could be a little fun too, to add that when we're still playing around. Why not? Why not? We have the chance. Those ones are probably not gonna keep. It's just the stickers from the magic markings we're gonna use. Those you can find on different type of shops too. But I'm not gonna go for the heart shapes. I'm gonna go for the smaller crystals. So small, they are pretty big. And then I'm gonna try to put them in place. I think I want to have them like follow the bat thing. I have different colors, like more blackish. I have crystal clear too. And during the beginning of 2000, it was very popular to buy different type of gems, but you have to use eyelash glue many times to put them in place. They've never been like this easy to use, if it says so. This way it's much more easier to use them. Maybe I should put something in between. I dropped one. Oh shit. And I don't see where it went. Okay, it doesn't matter, we have more. Maybe you should do the other side. Oh, it's stuck on my eyelash, let's see now. Okay. See if I can take that one. Ah, I didn't ruin my eyelash. I can use it for here instead. And like I said, you don't have to do things perfect. It don't have to be completely symmetric, because faces are usually not that symmetric either. So don't worry. Just try to get it in a certain way, or do it so it really looks like it potentially shouldn't be that type of way. Right now I look like this. Oh, I think it looks okay, actually. I'm not sure what we're gonna do more. Should we add some more in between? That's the thing. Maybe I should put them on closer from start to make it easier. I can see if I can get them in. And try to get them in place, because that was not the right place. They're still too high. Yeah. It's like following your eyeliner in another type of way too, so you can make it pop a little more your eyebrow. And if you don't want to put on eyebrows, why don't do eyebrows by gems? It's also a way to do it on. Don't be afraid to use different techniques, and I try to take them away a little bit. This is a shame I don't have to go out and do something fun. Because right now we have a real party look coming. This is a shame that I don't have friends that I can go and visit. Maybe they need to go up a little bit. That was too much. Oh, that was too much. Or down there. Oh, little one down. That is better. I think we stick there. So this is the result from now. So now we're gonna go and look for my lip things and be back soon. So to the lips. So we're gonna use the eyeliner from Darkester Pretty. And I think it's the same brown on this bullet lipstick that is black. But I'm gonna go and do it outside the camera because I need to see what I'm doing. But I'll be back when we do add the last detail before we go and change to the final look. So be back soon. So I'm back with a black lipstick, and now I wanted to show something else I usually do sometimes with my makeup when I want to make it a little fancy. It can be a big glitter or something. I needed to do that. And I was thinking, should we do something with the mouth too that match the rest? So I prep more than one finger now because this bullet lipstick can be a bit messy. And I just dab it on. It almost disappeared. So that's one thing too. And if you do this type of thing and dab, you can get another effect on the things too. But now we're gonna continue the rest of the look, and next time you see me is with the full look. So be back soon. So here I'm back with the final look. I had everything I do love that I actually forgot I had for a while, but I discovered it for some week ago. And to that I have a thrifted dress, very short one. And to that I put this thrifted, I don't know what you call it, that you can use also to warm your neck with, but I use it like an accessory. And of course I had a very cheap belt with it that had little like that type of decorations too. To that I have some bracelets that I bought, and one choker I have made myself, and of course I made this one, but I bought a key, and that is to keep away all the gatekeepers. And to that I have this, I don't know what you call it, but it's from Killstar. You can use something else, like a cover up or whatever you call for bathing suits, whatever. And to that I added ordinary stockings, and on top of that I took some other stockings that is net fish, but it's more like silvery. I have no shoes on because I'm inside. We don't use shoes in Sweden. And I don't think I need to add shoes all the time, because use your imagination. I don't go out without shoes, do I? But this is the final look. And here I thought I should bring in the leopard print together with those arm warmers I got from Gothyoutuber magazine box too, that I love. That have more greyish and that have this black coming back. So it's like put everything together. And I thought the outcome is pretty neat too. So just take whatever you want, play around with it, and voila! You got maybe a little more extreme look than normal. And now you can go out. If you want to go out just normal like this, do it. If you want to go out and party, do it. It's up to you. And sometimes it's fun to play around. And like you can see, my final look with the makeup too. And I think it went very well. And it's still me without having to do a lot of what other people do. And still a big inspiration from artists like Hagen and Siouxsie, of course, a lot of others that is into Deathrock and Postpunk and that type of things, when it's not all time black. And like you see, I'm still very black, but think the grey in colors, maybe matching colors to your makeup look. And then you have something for yourself too. You can add more belts too. You don't have to stop with just one belt and little chains. You can buy chains too from a hardware store, and that type of belt. Is your imagination is gonna do everything. And sorry for being a very long video, but I still hope you enjoyed every step of it. And I was chatting and showing how I did this thing. And thank you, Quality Coffee. I finally got time to actually try those stickers, and they are fantastic. And they are usable. So if you just look after them, you can use them several times. And if they don't stick to your face, you can start using some eyelash glue to attach them. So that's a good thing to know too. Else, if you're new to my channel, like my type of content, please consider to subscribe, press the notification bell at the same time. All Darklings and returners, thank you for your support. You're the best. And don't forget to give me likes and comment. But if you don't like my comment, don't be rude. You can go to another channel. And I like to have a little more watch over, so if you can, play around my old videos too. I would appreciate it. I need to double my watch over to even have a chance to be something on YouTube. I have subscribers, but that don't help when my watch over is not that big. So I don't know why I have so many subscribers if you don't like to see what I'm doing. And I don't want to be just one box. Else, stay safe, stay weird, and be nice to each other. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye.